freaking beautiful, man.
I got like kind of emotional.
Know,
like
me
I was.
too.
I want to watch the outro.
I want to go back and rewatch that whole scene of like Yor's hands tensing up and Lloyd moving, even though he was telling himself not to.
Yeah. That dude was a dick.
Jealous of the families because he has a divorce.
I'm very happy for his wife. I'm sure the rest of her life will be amazing.
Yes, I'm sure she is much happier. And probably the daughter, too.
Yeah. I almost feel guilty and bad trying to think about Anya's previous family. You know? Like, I don't want to be disrespectful to her by being like, well, what is that past? And try to guess, like, where that pain came from. Where her parent, did she ever have actual parents?
Anything I can imagine for her circumstances is super painful. Like being taken away from her mom to be studied and to be experimented on, or her mom also being an experiment. Or maybe she never got to know of her mom. And that sadness was from not being... Because think of how embarrassed you would be if someone asked you about your mom and you couldn't remember anything.
Yeah.
And that'd be very sad. So I guess I don't really know.
It could be like she only had like a memory of her, and then all that she's heard from about her mom was slander from like the doctors who were doing tests on her, being like, yeah, your mom sucked, like, or like lies, like. But then that makes me think, like, what if there ever comes a time that Anya's biological parents come back into the picture, even if they are fake and pretend to be the scientists, and try to take her away from Lloyd and Yor? Like, if they're like, no, we're her real parents, we have the right, you know?
That would be interesting. I mean, you're already putting an adoption scenario right off the first episode, but like what's very realistic of adoption is birth parents, birth family. That could add definitely some emotional...
I could see it going like the whole, it's their actual birth family, and then Lloyd and Yor would have to like be like, well, we want the best for her. Or them thinking that it's their birth family, but it's actually the doctors.
I could see it actually not being actually her family and being the doctors pretending or something. Yeah. But, I mean, just if you think about how Yor and Lloyd acted here, they acted like true parents. You know? Like, that inability to listen any longer to someone hurting your child... They already... I know Lloyd's fighting it, and obviously he was fighting acting here, but he's fighting loving or saying that he loves Anya.
I don't think he's known the feeling before. You know?
Yeah.
Yor, maybe she can compare it to, like, her brother. But both of them are obviously, like, they have the instinct, more so Yor, to defend somebody who is being attacked. But... like we saw last episode, Lloyd wasn't going to go out of his way to help that old woman if they weren't there.
Yeah.
Lloyd didn't give a shit at this point. It was the only thing that saved him, in my opinion, from attacking this person was there happened to be a fly there. You know?
Yeah.
Do you want to rewatch this real quick?
I do really want to rewatch it.
Oh,
did you see her eyes?
Look at his eyes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes. Oh, so good. So good.
Amazing.
Oh, and their interview was so, like, they were so convincing the entire time, both with the exam of walking to the interview, but also with the fact that this jealous guy was, like, extra super jealous here because he thought they were so lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously that makes my little romance heart very happy because it's clear that these two people totally, if they met, if they weren't a spy and assassin even, they probably would like each other. And it's just testament to the fact that they kind of, even though it was happenstance that they got together, they're kind of a perfect fit.
I agree with you. I'm trying to pull up So, Murdoch Swan
Ugh.
is the worst character in fiction. He's
47? I thought he was older.
He looks like he's 62.
The divorce did it to him.
No, he's always looked like a...
Oh, well, he's always been arrogant, greedy, and callous, so I guess like, that has affected his face.
He looks like the brat kid that Harry lives with in Harry Potter before he gets to Hogwarts. What's his name? It's something. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Of course, he teaches economics. That doesn't really say anything about your character. I just am wanting more reasons to try to, like, hate him. Okay. Henry Henderson. Best name in fiction.
Love this for you. Personality, just elegant. History, one of my favorite subjects.
Same here.
I would love to take a class with him. That would be amazing.
He's 66. I
have my elbows on the table right now, so he probably wouldn't like that. You want him to adopt you?
Yeah. He's awesome. I love his facial hair as well.
Pinky up while I'm drinking my coffee.
Do we get the first guy first?
Yeah, I think he was first. But I don't think it was in line. Like, he asked the first question, and that's when we got it.
Yeah.
And apparently all the students love him.
Walter
English,
Evans.
One of my other favorite subjects. Sincere.
Conservative, mild manner.
Yeah.
Henry Henderson is probably one of the best names ever. Man, like, her reaction to, like, the mama thing, like, it could easily just be, like, her, like we suggested, her thinking about how she doesn't have one. But part of me is like, I wonder, like, what memory she's thinking of right now. Maybe her parents, the last thing they did, or her mom did, was help her, like, escape or something.
Oh, that would be so cute.
And sad, potentially.
And sad. Very horribly sad.
Like, I feel like she's having, like, a memory right now, and that's...
Her eyes are glazed over, and she's staring straight ahead instead of at anyone's faces. So that does give the illusion that she is, looking past them and at something, a memory in her head.
I feel like this is the closest Lloyd has gotten to figuring out she's a telepath.
His face was so stressed at every little answer she gave.
Yeah.
Because she just kept reading his mind to figure out how she should answer the questions. Yeah. And it was so funny. And then she also, like a kid, was messing with the words a little bit. And it was the cutest thing ever.
The best part about it was that they weren't, like, getting on her for flubbing up the words. They were like, oh, no, I understand your intention, you know?
It's because she was answering accurately and or the intention of what she was saying was something that they see as positive. That's probably why they didn't harp on the speech too much. But, oh my god, so cute. That makes me think. So, we don't actually know how old Anya is. She only said she was 6 because she read Lloyd's mind saying he needed his kid to be 6.
Correct.
So, and apparently Lloyd was like, she's 6? She looks small, you know?
Yeah.
I'm wondering actually how old she is.
Do you think she's, like, a little younger? Or
yeah,
1,000 years old?
You know, an 1,000 years old element could totally possibly be thrown in here.
What do you think, like, the whole idea of the frame falling is?
I was definitely added as, like, a cliffhanger for us of, like, they're talking about how the mission could totally have failed. And what does that mean for this family that they've created? It means that they'd have to separate. There'd be no more reason for each one of them to be together in this family unit. And I think this moment is less for us because we know what the conversation was.
Yeah.
After they left the interview. This is for the family. This is for the characters in the show.
I agree with you.
To feel that kind of, is this a sign that our fears are correct?
I mean, like, Anya verbally said, from which I understand, she verbally said to Lloyd at the end here, like, if the mission fails, like, I go back kind of thing, which was another, like, hint of her being telepathic. And he didn't really
react to her knowing
probably because it was a little bit of truth, but, like, Yeah. So we have that. We have Lloyd being like, well, this could be the end of the mission. And then we have Yor telling herself, well, I'm more worried, like, how this is going to affect my, like, career and my circumstance. And obviously all of them are telling themselves this. I don't 100% buy it because
It's not self-centered. They're all convincing themselves that the reason we were together was because of my selfish needs.
It's almost like protecting themselves from like a traumatic experience, like, and them trying to tell themselves to what they have to for premature damage control.
I mean, they had to do. I would assume most people, if they were in these weird circumstances, would have some, conversations with themselves about, this isn't gonna last forever. Do not get attached.
It's like fostering an animal.
Yeah, it is like fostering an animal.
So what I want out of this picture being, I know I agree with you that it's for the characters in the show, but what I want is this to be a sign that the picture taken of this family right here, the one that we're looking at, it's on the ground, was taken right away in these like personas, right? And Lloyd is, like, doing a gentle smile, but Yor and Anya are definitely, like, nervous, putting on a show. I want this to be, like, a sign that there's going to be a second picture when they're all more, like, comfortable with each other.
Oh, I love that. That this doesn't properly reflect the family that they truly actually are.
Exactly.
And that their ideas or Lloyd's idea, at least, of what this family needed to be isn't actually what it needs to be for the mission's success. And maybe this is more for Lloyd.
Yeah.
Like, hey, wait, this picture that I created the formula for fell off the wall.
Yeah. Like, that's not going to be the thing that ends up working. I mean, hell, like, he was like, I'm not going to, like, bet my faith on chance here. Like, I know that we messed up, and he has Yor and Anya telling him, like, well, let's, like, count on the other two to stand up for us. His, like, beliefs are going to be directly challenged if they get into this school. Like, the way that they handled things.
He can't control their actions.
Yeah, but the way that even he did things, he broke a table and started to bleed, like, and then walked out of, like...
She jumped on a cow.
Like, that instinct is what is going to potentially lead them to getting into the school. So,
True show of, like, family love.
Yeah, I want to, like, what Lloyd said leaving the school was so awesome.
Oh, it was great.
Like, hey, where are you going? The interview's not over yet. This is such a badass line. If making light of a child's feelings is part of your establishment's educational policies, then I'm afraid we have chosen the wrong school.
He says this because this is how he truly feels.
Yeah.
This isn't him. We know how he acts after. We know this isn't him playing the mission and him... Because if he was still trying to do the mission here, he would have stayed seated until they said the interview was over.
Agreed.
But he was just so done with this dude's shit.
And, like, overprotective of his kids.
Yes, and she was crying.
Wanted to get them out of there. It was so, like... I love it.
I think my favorite love of this entire episode, and this family in general, is that nothing that they do is truly a lie to who they are, even though they're acting. Like, 100%, all three of them would have wanted to help that little boy in the gutter.
Yes.
Anya would have definitely gone over and pet the cow's head. Yor would have definitely stopped the cows from rampaging. And all of those things were seen as things that were great to that headmaster.
Yeah, and like, it's interesting because it's like, what was great about it to the headmaster wasn't, like, they were all, minus the cows thing, they were all potential things that are bait to get somebody to do to ruin their chances. It's the fact that they're prepared for it that was, like, so elegant in a way, but you're so right. Like, it's so true to their character and true to themselves. Like, it's kind of like the whole, like, the best lies are based in reality kind of thing. Like, it is, like, ideally, what would you do in that situation? Is the ideal like, sure, the perfect execution would be saving that kid and then changing in clothes. But if you're like a regular spy on a solo mission, you'd try to blend in, right? And you wouldn't save him. But it's so true to like Lloyd's character and the rest of them that they'd want to help, like you said.
And it doesn't look good for Lloyd to have let the cows stampede that like CEO's son.
Exactly.
Like, they did things that made them look like good people, but also good people that could fit into this school. And who wouldn't want good people who also could be elegant and fit into this elite, smart school? Because you want more good people in an environment like that. I mean, we saw a horribly evil person during that interview, but the other two people were nice.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments of this entire episode was Anya passing out. The mass panic must have hit her. And then Lloyd says, the test is the last thing I need to worry about now.
He doesn't even realize he's doing this.
Right?
That's the
Exactly.
Best part. This whole episode, he keeps saying things that are totally him not thinking about the mission and purely thinking of Anya like she is his daughter, or just that he has this care for her, and it is amazing. Also, like you said, the best lies are rooted in reality and truth, and nothing they said was a lie to how the couple met. I love that they kept with the original story. I love that they kept with the fact that Yor was a second wife.
Mm-hmm. If you had to pick a favorite outfit out of the three.
Oh gosh. I adored the final suit.
It felt the most them, almost.
Like, look at that.
And look at Yor.
So cute. Okay. Actually, so in terms of like what I prefer, this is obviously amazing for Lloyd, but I think I preferred that middle suit, I think it was gray or tan?
The one that fit their colors more?
Yeah, okay, so it's like a grayish.
Yeah.
That's a gray beige.
That was pretty good.
I like this the best on him.
Yeah. It's very basic though.
I know, but the color is good on him.
That's true. Like, I didn't like the blue one as much.
I preferred Anya in the red sweater than the navy blue outfit because pink and red can be such an amazing combination color-wise. And so I was a huge fan of that. I mean, that outfit's probably the best Lloyd outfit.
We're looking at the one where he infiltrated the ranks of an evil terrorist group. I want to see, like, dialogue of him being like that.
But also, like, go to the shot of him stopping the missile. Like, it's like these are little snapshots of the fact that he also gets anxious. He also gets nervous. Like, he has little sweat droplets on his face, and he's like, pushing the button. Like, he's not this perfect, cool, calm, collected spy. And I love that for him. He has emotions, and he can get nervous too. I half expected Anya to grab his hand, before they went into the interview.
I thought that she was going to do that too. I thought, like...
Because they showed his hand, and then they showed her looking at his hand. And I was like, perfect moment.
I think that she was also getting nervous herself because she was scared of it going badly and her getting sent home kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But... where is it? Yeah, like,
When did Lloyd do the little blush on his face?
Like, she was scared of it, like, going bad. But I really thought that she was going to be like, it's going to be okay. I get why she didn't, but... Look at how... I kind of wish they were all sitting closer to each other.
I know, this is but this might look more appropriate.
Elegant. Yeah.
There was a panel, like, before this where he has little blush lines on his face when they're still outside. And I'm wondering what it was that, like, made him feel that way. Like, some type of happiness.
Do you know in regards to where?
No, you had stopped on it and I commented, but then we went to the next. It probably was the conversation with the headmaster. I think he was happy by what the headmaster said to them.
Gotcha. So, like, elegance. He's like celebrating, running downstairs.
Is it elegant to run out of a building? I don't know, but
he's one of the housemasters.
Housemasters, not headmaster.
I thank you.
I keep saying that.
You bested me for today. To give us all time to collect ourselves after this chaos, we will be delaying the start of the interviews. Return to your hall once you've had a moment to tidy yourself. Your family has the right to apply to our school.
That's what it was.
Sir,
look at his little lines right here.
It's literally 2 lines,
it's literally
but it makes
2
it for me.
lines, and it means... It's like that. Those little 2 lines are like excitement and happiness and like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
But have no fear.
Oh.
They're quick change. And then he was like, they're just scary at this point.
So good.
This suits Yor the most. Like for the, like, what is it? Thorn Princess?
Yeah, I definitely love the pink dress on her with the little, like, tulip sleeve.
I love her earrings.
Yes, because she also wears them in her Thorn Princess.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love this show, man.
This show is so good, guys. I mean, like, my heart swells and my eyes tear up, and it is an amazing, happy experience.
I'm trying to read this. Solve if you understand how to read the clock. What time will be 2 hours after the current time?
Time.
It's hard to...
It says Anna Foger.
I love, but she just memorized what Lloyd taught her, like, for this. Yeah. And she did pass.
And she was anxious because no one else in the room seemingly knew what to do. Talk about amazing that they, like, paid respects to the statue. Like, that was incredible.
Everything that they did before their interview only backed Henry Henderson's belief in they cherish and respect our school for what it stands for and our teachers, that they must be in the right, leaving and wanting a better school and one that wouldn't make a child feel this way.
It's purely their actions and him seeing them and gaining favor for them and respect for them are the pure reasons why he says, who is the real one that disrespected or disgraced our school, and then punches that guy.
It was probably the most elegant punch I've ever seen in my entire life. If all I can do is curry favor with the authorities, I have no right to call myself an educator who truly disgraced our school. Oh!
He reminds me of when the baby turns in Spirited Away.
I love it. I love the show.
This show is so good. Okay, is that it? Have we...
Yeah, I don't want to wait until next week, but yeah.
I mean, like, I love it. I mean, like, I'm a very impatient person normally, but if I really love a show, like, I think this show's perfect where I wouldn't feel like I needed to binge watch it. I think there's certain shows, especially like super action-packed or intense, tense shows.
Jujutsu Kaisen's a good one for that example.
That, like, and Jujutsu Kaisen's a good example for you feel like you're gonna lose information or understanding of concepts in the show if you don't immediately go into the next episode.
Yeah.
And I feel like this show is just such a nice, like, pleasant addition to a Saturday that I really don't mind.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, yay, Saturday. I can't wait to be happy. Like, who doesn't want that?
And, like, okay, breaking the fourth wall a little bit with, with, Demon Slayer, for example. I don't think any show has ever made the mark that Demon Slayer has for me in my life. One, because I love the show. Two, because it's, like, it helped, like, us start this channel. It was our start. But there is a very big difference in reacting to Demon Slayer on a Sunday morning, ending the recording, speed editing, but trying to maintain quality, let everybody see it so it could get, like, exposure for the channel, and there's, like, a little bit of, like, stress behind that, like a tad bit sometimes.
And you don't want that attached to
the show
that you really
and
like.
I get that. Especially for, like, the bigger episodes, it's not there. It's fine. But with this show, it feels so much like waking up on a Saturday. I'm just really enjoying watching the show, and I want to get this out for everybody to watch it with us as soon as possible. Don't get me wrong, but there's not that added stress, I guess, for me for some reason. Like, it's so calming and like makes me feel so like heartfelt emotions, you know?
It leaves you, I think what it is this show is so powerful of leaving you in a good mood that it's kind of impossible for the stress to like enter when you're just in such a good mood because of what you just watched.
Yeah. I love it.
Me too.
All right. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time. It's like fostering an animal.
Yeah, it is like fostering an animal.
It's like fostering an animal.
Yeah, it is like fostering an animal.
It's like fostering an animal.
It's like fostering an animal.